On this episode of the Chopping Block, we're going to break down my picks from week one games. Then I want to revisit my question for the Cowboy Nation from last week. You don't want to miss this one. The Chopping Block starts now.
Yeah. Oh. It's like that, y'all. It's like that. Jump in. Like that. Oh. Jump in. Jam on it. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back.
What's up, football fan? Welcome to the Chopping Block. I'm Chef Mike. With the regular season literally around the corner, the preseason only gave us a glimpse of what's to come. And based on what we've seen and what we know, I want to give my picks for week one. All right, starting with the Thursday night game, Baltimore at Kansas City Chiefs. I'm always showing love to my producer Ron, so Kansas City, I'm definitely picking them because of that, and because they're the best team in the NFL as we speak. Pat Mahomes, they picked up Juju Smith-Schuster. They're stacked. Their defense is actually way better than they used to be. So I'm picking that. And plus, let's not sleep on Baltimore picked up Derrick Henry to go with Lamar Jackson. That's going to be a really good game of the week for sure. The second one, we have a Friday night game for the first time, y'all. Maybe not for the first time, but first time in a long time. Green Bay at the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I like Jordan Love. I'm not all up on the Green Bay frozen tundra, yada yada yada. But I'm big on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. He has a stacked receiver core. Then they just picked up Saquon Barkley, guys. This is going to be a really interesting team to watch. So let's be watching the Eagles, and I'm picking the Eagles for that game. So we have 16 total games for the weekend for the first week. We also have 14 on Sunday. So let me get into those. Steelers at Falcons. I'm picking the Falcons. I'm big on Tomlin, big fan. I'm also big on Russell Wilson, and I had, we talked about that on another episode. But I'm picking the Falcons because on the flip side, there's two black coaches going against each other, and I love it, y'all, being a black man. But Raheem Morris took a he took a shot at Kirk Cousins with all that money guaranteed, and they signed Penix, right? So Bijan Robinson, I'm not big on their whole team, but they have some weapons, so I'm definitely picking the Falcons. Second game on my list, Arizona Cardinals at the Bills. Now I'm picking the Bills. I'm big on Josh Allen. Shout out to Stephon Diggs. We did get his receiver, and he lost Davis, the receiver too. He lost his receiver one and receiver two, but they drafted Keon Coleman, which is a big time receiver. Shout out. But I'm picking the Bills because I feel like they're a little more stacked than the Arizona Cardinals. I do want to see Marvin Harrison Jr. though, so I'm gonna watch that game. Next game, the Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. I'm going on a limb. Not because of the old Arla Tennessee thing, but Caleb Williams. They're building him up to win Rookie of the Year. They're building him up as the best next hot thing. He's a rookie. Let's see what he does. I felt the same way about Stroud, Bryce Young, Richardson, yada yada yada. But I'm definitely picking the Bears because they're in Chicago, first of all, and even though he's a rookie, he's stacked with some weapons. Swift, Keenan Allen, and freaking DJ Moore. Let's watch that one. And their defense was pretty good at the end of the year. So also Tennessee is rebuilding. I don't want to put that out there. I don't want to think I'm just hating on Tennessee. They're rebuilding. Their line is kind of beat up. But anyway, so the next game is the New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals. Based on a few things. The Patriots are rebuilding. We all know post Belichick, post Brady, right? Shout out to Mayo, the new head coach. Um, but I think he's rebuilding. I mean, any given Sunday though, y'all. Like let's be real. I'm a big Burrow fan, big Chase Young. I mean, not Chase Young. Sorry about that. A big Jamar Chase fan. And we really don't know what T Higgins is going to do yet. So let's just pay attention to the Bengals this year. Next game on my list is the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. I want to shout out this game for two reasons. I'm a big Houston Texans fan. Shout out H-Town. C.J. Stroud versus Richardson. He got hurt last year. They beat us in the first game. We beat them in the second game, go to the playoffs. But this is going to be a nice matchup for years to come. I'm picking H-Town because that's my team. I'm a little biased. But we also have a point to prove. They kind of poo-pooed on us this offseason with all our transactions and all our free agent pickups. And we even had 6 players on the top 100, and they kind of took a few of them off. So I hope they're keeping it like a little irritation and aggravation on their shoulder because I got a tip on my shoulder too, y'all. So the next game, Jacksonville Jaguars at Miami, a Florida game, y'all. So whoever goes to this game is winning. Period. So I'm picking the Dolphins based on their firepower that they already had, speed, quarterback, and then they just add Odell Beckham. So you can't go wrong with an extra receiver like a veteran like Odell Beckham. Jacksonville is kind of doing a rebuild. Like, I don't really know what they're doing. They got Trevor Lawrence, and they just signed Mac Jones in the offseason. So what did they say about Lawrence, even after giving him all that money? So I'm definitely picking the Dolphins. The next game, Carolina Panthers at the Saints. I'm picking Carolina Panthers because I'm big on second-year quarterbacks. Now, Bryce Young won the Heisman, y'all, that year, but he's kind of small, and he's proved himself. He beat my Texans last year, but they're facing the Saints, so I'm hoping they kind of working out what they need to work out, and they're going against a Saints team that's kind of rebuilding, y'all. So definitely picking the Panthers on that game. Next game, Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. That's a kind of interesting game. They're in New York post Saquon Barkley, and the Vikings have also picked up some acquisitions, a few acquisitions, and then they also have a uniform change like the Texans did. So I want to see what the Vikings do. They got a new coach, not a new coach, but new quarterback, and Justin Jefferson. Y'all, like, you can't go wrong with JJ. Next game on my list is Las Vegas Raiders at the Chargers. So I'm picking the Chargers in this one, y'all. I kind of feel like Raiders is one of those teams that's rebuilding as well. There's a few teams that's rebuilding this year, and they're one of them. I'm a big Adams fan, Devontae Adams, but I feel like he needs an All-Pro quarterback, but that's a whole another story. But the Chargers, they got Harbaugh, y'all, like as a head coach. He just won a natty. He made some acquisitions, and their defense has always been good for me. Bosa and Mack, like I just don't see how you can go wrong with that. So Chargers for the win on that. Denver Broncos and Seattle Seahawks is my next game. I'm picking the Broncos. I'm a big Bo Nix fan. I like the Oregon Ducks. I don't know why. I think it's their uniforms. But Broncos at Seattle. Used to be two great teams. They're a shell of themselves. It's two more teams that's rebuilding. But I kind of feel like Denver will show up before Seattle. Seattle kind of now don't get me wrong. Like, Seattle showed some promise last year, but I don't know. I need to see more, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. Next game on my list is Dallas Cowboys at Cleveland Browns. So both teams are kind of like on the hot seat. Cowboys Nation, not hating on y'all. I have nothing against them, and I'm not gonna bash them. But it's like a "what have you done for me lately" league. Either Cowboys gonna get to the playoffs with Dak, or I'm gonna go on a limb and say Dak and Micah might be on the free agency next year. So that's a whole other story. They just paid CeeDee Lamb. That's awesome. But I'm picking the Browns in this one, guys. They went to the playoffs against us, and Deshaun Watson might be at the helm this year, so that's kind of promising. They picked up Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos, and plus they still have Amari Cooper. So and then they have Njoku, the tight end. It's pretty stacked, y'all. So let's watch that game. Let's keep an eye on the Browns. Next game on my list is the Washington Commanders versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not big on the Washington Commanders. Another team on the cusp. Another team rebuilding. But at the same time, I kind of feel like Tampa Bay is going to be okay because I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan, and plus he has Mike Evans to throw to. Like, why not, bro? Like, the dude catches everything. So Tampa Bay for the win. My next pick is the Los Angeles Rams at the Detroit Lions. Detroit is on a come up, y'all. Nice running back, good receivers. Jared Goff has changed his game. Defense has stepped up. They just hosted the draft, so they have a little momentum. I kind of feel like they give the teams momentum. And they're pretty good. They went to the playoffs, like after all those bad years, just like my Texans. So nothing against the Rams, and they have two good receivers now. Stafford is set, but I think they need a running back, and this post Aaron Donald. So let's see how they do their thing. But Lions for the win. So we're at our last game for the week, and the Monday night game. So we have the Jets at the 49ers. So I have a few things about this game. So I'm not big on the whole Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets. I know he got hurt 4 plays in last year. Okay, fine. He's Aaron Rodgers, MVP, but this is the 49ers. They were in the Super Bowl. They took the Chiefs to the overtime in the Super Bowl, and they have a few really, really good players, which is pretty dope. So I'm going to go on a limb and say I'm going 49ers, y'all. Y'all can beat Aaron Rodgers. I'm all about the 49ers. I feel like they're going to do it. So, yeah, that's my picks for the week, and I guess I'll throw some out there, Chopping Block fan. I'm going to make a pick for the Super Bowl coming up soon.
Are you a diehard football fan? Do you have a team that you would ride or die for? If so, you are invited to come chop it up with Chef Mike on The Chopping Block, the podcast where real fans talk real football. We're looking for NFL fanatics to represent their favorite team and contribute to our show by providing insightful and knowledgeable commentary. No gossip, no politics, just strictly football. If you would like to be a part of this diehard nation, visit our webpage at www.rjstudios.com and click on the original content tab. Then fill out and send the submission form, and a representative will contact you with the next steps. You'll be invited to a live recording in our Round Rock studio, or if you're out of the area, you can join us online. With only 32 teams in the league, slots will fill up fast. Don't miss out on your chance to chop it up with Chef Mike.
All right, Chopping Block fans. Chef Mike is going to make a Super Bowl prediction. It's a new podcast. We're doing new things. I'm going to start it off by doing this. I'm going to make 2 picks. And it might be controversial. I get it. I'm going to make a fan pick, which is Chef Mike's pick, and I'm going to make an NFL educated pick. My educated pick, first of all, is, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm making that pick not to say, oh, well, we've seen it already, right? Nah, I'm basing on rosters and breaking it down in stats. The Eagles just got Saquon Barkley. They were a step away from like winning the Super Bowl before, right? So I feel like Saquon is going to push them over the edge because they have really good defense, they have really good offense, and I mean I'm picking them to win the NFC anyway. But the Kansas City Chiefs is based on what we know, guys. Like it's the Chiefs, right? And I'm an NFL fan, right? So like I said, what I know, I'm just a fan, but I'm speaking from my point of view. I know the Chiefs are really good, really great. offensively, and guess what? Their defense is stepped up a whole lot. Um, they put Samuel Jackson, Debo Samuel, and Ayuk in the headlock, and McCaffrey in the Super Bowl. Like I was proud of them. Okay, but that's no here nor there. Like I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments from that, but leave your comments and your concerns for that pick. But my second pick, y'all gonna hate me. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, Chef Mike, you tripping?" Yada yada yada. That's okay. Lions, Texans, Super Bowl. And I'm picking them based on the last 10 years. Both teams were struggling and hated on, scrutinized. What Pat McAfee said, the Texans were dumpster juice years before. Like, I love that. I take that with a grain of salt, and I know the Texans do too. But look at us now. CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell. And that's just offensively, guys. Dalton Schultz. Like, okay, y'all pulled on us? Cool. We have the best left tackle in the league, like in Tunsil. Okay. And I'm speaking from a fan's perspective. So, like I said, what I know. But I do follow teams as a fan. On defensive side, all those transactions that we got, all those free agent signings that we made, and they still are pooing on us. H-Town, stand up. Shout out to my Texans. And the Lions, they're getting the same type of treatment, guys. Good running backs, good receivers, great quarterback, good head coach, great head coach. We got a ex NFL player in the Detroit coach, and we have an ex NFL player in the Texans coach. That's just that's a formula for a beautiful game, y'all. Like I just love it. I love our colors. I love the Detroit colors. But anyway, so those are my two picks, guys. So leave your comments in the comment section. Holler at Chef Mike. I read all comments. We'll break them down. I'll even answer them. I'll comment and I'll come on here and I'll comment. But let me know how y'all feel about those picks, y'all. I want to put out a question for the Chopping Block Nation. I want to know why they haven't retired Michael Irvin's jersey. So Michael Irvin was a part of that back-to-back championship team, right? Emmett, him, Harper, Aikman. I'm trying to figure out why. Like, shout out to Dez Bryant, no hate on him. But why did he get to wear 88? And I respect Michael Irvin. Shout out to Michael Irvin. There's a lot of receivers to this day that still can't do what he did. Or how he performed. Or how he showed up. How he caught the ball. He didn't miss the ball, he caught the ball. When I had super speed like Tyreek, bro, why isn't Michael Irvin's jersey numbered off limits and in the wrappers? All right, before we end our episode, Talking Block fans, I want to touch base on my question from last week for the Cowboys Nation. So I want to start off by apologizing to the Cowboy Nation. So my producer and myself have been getting a lot of comments and emails, and I've been stopped and asked questions, and they want to know, am I bashing the Cowboys? Am I just like certain other people? I won't put their names out there, but they want to know if I'm a Cowboy hater. So let me let you know something. I'm a football fan. So, and I'm a man. I don't have a problem apologizing, saying where I was wrong, or if I didn't have enough information, or if I didn't do my research. So, I commented about Michael Irvin's number not being retired. So, like I did before, shout out to Mike Irvin, because I totally respect that man as a man and as a football player. But I found out that 3 teams in the NFL out of 32 don't retire jerseys. The Raiders, the Falcons, and the Cowboys. So I did my research. Now, I found out, not like I said, I'm a fan. At every episode that I have, I let you know that I'm just a fan. I'm coming from a fan's perspective. I didn't play pro professional ball, but I do love football, and I come to you in that regard. Okay, so Chopping Block fans, the Dallas Cowboys have never officially retired any jersey. This is in my research is what I found out. So, Cowboy Nation, my apologies. I wasn't attacking Michael Irvin. I got love for him, but it's certain things I just don't understand. Like I said, I'm just a fan. I don't. But it just don't make sense to me when you put in a body of work in your number with your name on the back. How a person can come in after you and just wear that number. Like, so are you pulling on what I've done? But anyway, so some numbers, this is based on the Dallas Cowboys, some numbers are considered sacred and are not given to just anyone. That makes sense, right? For example, Roger Staubach, Bob Lilly, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith. Also, Tony Dorsett. Now, this is my problem. But like I'm going to start off saying, I'm just a fan. But if, just like Emmitt Smith, 1,800 yards rushing in number 22, when you draft a player, I'm not an owner, I'm not a coach, I'm a man, and I'm all big on loyalty and respect. Chopping Block fans. So I draft a guy, top notch, top 3, first round pick, right? And he comes into my building, and I'm gonna go there. Ownership, coaching, general managers. You come in my building, you don't get 22. You don't get 8. You don't get, if you for the Falcons, you don't get 21. You playing for the Raiders, you don't get 81, which is Tim Brown. You get what I'm saying, y'all? Like, you don't get to wear Deion Sanders 21 for the Falcons. But, so my problem with 88 is Pearson Ward, right? Old school Cowboys, all those battles against the Steelers, Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. When Michael Irvin walked into the building, it shouldn't even be, it should be sacred, right? It said only certain numbers are sacred. I'm reading it. I'm not making it up. This is Chef Mike coming with facts. So it shouldn't even have been offered. Just like 22 isn't offered anymore, 8 isn't offered, 12 isn't offered, like 94 Haley shouldn't have been offered. But Deion, check this out, and I love Deion. Shout out Coach Prime. His number is part of the sacred legendary numbers on the rafter that you'll see. So if that is the case, and Deion played for the Cowboys way less than Michael Irvin did, why isn't Michael Irvin sacred too? That's just a question. You can leave the comments and responses in the comment section too about that, because I want to know how other people feel. And I'm not getting all riled up, but it's about respect and loyalty, because when you put sacred on something, it means a lot to somebody or multiple people. That's all I'm saying, guys. Like, so Michael Irvin, no disrespect, shout out to you. I respect you as a man and as a football player. I just felt as a football fan, your numbers should be in the sacred numbers. All right, Chopping Block fans, that's the end of this episode, but I do want to pinpoint on next week is game 1 for all 32 teams. Week 1, game 1. So let's stay looking out for those games. Let's get our football on, guys, and another episode of Chopping Block. Peace.